One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. Hey, look, I got something very, very serious that I want to talk about. Very serious indeed that I need to talk about. And I don't know if anybody else is talking about it, but we need to talk about it. Because that's what we're going to do over here, right? We're going to always tell the humble truth. And it always, it may hurt. The truth may hurt, but it's the truth. Truth is the truth. And sometimes we got to tell the truth because, when you look around, you see what's going on in your community, you want to do things to try to fix those things you see going on in the community. And it ain't always the popular thing, but it's necessary. You know what I mean? It's very, very necessary. So I took down some notes here because there's some specific things that I want to cover. I just don't want to talk to you right now. I want to cover some very, very specific things. That's what I want to cover. And it's very important that we talk about this because right now, when you look around and you really look at it, the black race is right now the most insignificant race out there. The black race is the most insignificant race. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you're looking at entertainers. I don't care if you're looking at actors. I don't care if you're looking at rappers. I don't care what you're looking at. You're looking at a race of people that are the most insignificant people right now. That's what you see. Now, if you can confuse those few people that you see doing entertainment, movies, rapping, and all of that as if somehow good things are happening, you'd be sadly mistaken. You'd be sadly mistaken if that's what you believe, because that ain't what's really happening. Overall, as a whole, the black community is suffering, and people can't even see it because of the way what they're doing to you. They're making you believe something has happened that's not really happening. And the people that's doing it to you, they don't really care about you. They present it to you as if they care about you, but they don't really care about you. If you really step back and look at what's going on, look at what they're doing, you'll realize that they don't care about you, them people that you think care about you. They really don't care. This is all about something much more than what you think. It's about selfish stuff. It ain't about you. Right now, the black race is the most insignificant. You can go look at all the stats across the board, and you can see that the black race is at the bottom of everything. Yet, walking around here pretending like everything is all good. Like we somehow on some high level when we really down here at the bottom. So let me go ahead and get into what I want to talk about. The first thing I'm going to touch on is voting. I'm going to touch on voting because black race is 100% going to vote Democrat. I'm not telling you to vote Republican or Democrat. I'm not telling you that it even matters. But along the lines of what the psychology is behind it, this is what happens. It's a fear thing. Black people are scared to do anything but go Democrat. Scared of it to do anything different because the fear mongering and the fear tactics that's used to make you believe that one side is going to do something to you that the other side is not. When in reality, the side that you are really sticking to is the side, according to how things are set up, that's what you should really be worried about. But you ain't concerned about that because you've been told that blue is good and red is bad. That's what you've been told. So the ideology and the psychology behind it is what keeps you going back over there continuously. That's what you keep doing. You keep going back, expecting something different. Every year they feed into your emotions and you run for it. Sometimes the thing that's good for you ain't always going to be an emotional thing. It's not going to always happen that way. They're not going to always cater to you. Notice when people cater to you, a lot of times they want something in return. They're not just doing it for nothing. They don't care about your vote. They don't care about you at all because it ain't about you. Because right now, we're the most insignificant race. We're not providing anything worthy to society. We're playing sports, entertainment, that's all we doing. We ain't building nothing. We committing, I'll get to that, but we're not doing anything significant right now. All we doing is being a tool that can be used for anything that they want to push forward. That's what we are. It's all we're going to be good for until we decide to not get involved with this stuff anymore. Look at the Asians. Look at the Nigerians, for example. They don't get involved in politics as far as you knowing about them being in politics, but they are leading the way in financially in this country. You ain't never seen no Asian representative in politics. But look what they doing. They don't care about none of that. They just getting down to the business is what they doing. They getting down to the business. We over here dancing and doing all this craziness, and they over there getting down to business. But we worried about what Sexy Red said on the song, or what these Megan Thee Stallion and all these whack rappers, we worry about what they talking about. We worry about love and hip hop. We worried about drama-filled stuff. We ain't doing nothing constructive. We just a tool to be used to get money for other people. And the people that you love the most, that you follow the most, they already know that. That's why they're using you in that fashion. That's what that's all about. Then I'm gonna go into another thing. Crime. We leading the way in the most violent crimes. We 13% of the population, but yet we committing over 50% of the most violent crimes. Think about that for a second. 13% of the population committing over 50% of the violent crimes. And we talking about police brutality. We talking about Sonya Massey. I mean, I'm not saying that. I understand that she got family and people care about her. But I'm saying, look at 50% of the violent crimes are committed by us, not the police. And I know some of you not gonna understand that. Your emotions are tied to this stuff. That's what they do. They play on your emotions because they know you've been conditioned to think a certain way and look at things a certain way. They know that. They know they got you psychologically, and they got you ideology. They got you into that ideology, that mindset. Is where they got you, and you scared to break out of it because you've never been out of it before. You've been conditioned to look at it this way, so you can't break out of it. But you need to break out of it. The black race is the most insignificant race right now. We just a tool that they can use to push whatever they want, agenda, whatever they want to push forward. That's all we good for right now. And entertainment. That's it. If I'm saying something wrong, show me where anywhere else that we doing that as a whole we are something significant that can be used for something important. That majority of us are doing something good. Majority of us is not doing good stuff. It's just not happening. I don't care how you turn it. The numbers don't lie. We're just not doing that. We're committing more crime than anybody else. And let me go back to voting for a second. If you are a voter and you believe in the ideology of the person you're voting for your own demise. We used to be the number two race in this country. It was white people, then it was black people. That ain't the case no more. It's white people, Mexican, Hispanic, then black. The further you go down that list, the least important you are. The least they listen to what you gotta say. And we're getting to the point where that's gonna be the case. As a whole, there will be individuals amongst us that will always rise out. That's just the way it goes. But as a whole, it's over with. And you don't see that by now, I don't know what to tell you. Can it be turned around? I don't know. If you out here trying to save black people, you right now you might be out of your mind. Because I don't see how you can change the mind of some of these people. I mean, I'm trying myself. Hopefully somebody can see this. At least one or two people maybe can get on out of this situation, because it's bad. It ain't. I don't care what they tell you. It's bad. You go look at the numbers yourself. You think I'm just up here talking? Go look at the numbers yourself. It's terrible. But right now we're down to like number 3. It ain't but like 5 more. It's like 5 total. We down there. We get down here at the bottom. And you voting for people that's bringing more illegals across the border without doing it the right way. Now, if they're going through the right way and getting their paperwork, getting everything done the right way, cool. But that's not the case. They flooding them in here. You go look at the stats and see how many people they letting in here by the day. And where they dropping them off at? They end up in the black communities. And they getting things that they ain't giving to you. They creating a problem between the two of you. And that's the new voting block. You're gonna be pushed out the way. You ain't gonna matter in a little while. They ain't gonna want to talk to no black people after a while. You're going to be pushed to the side. And we depend heavily on government. And what do you think is going to happen when you depend heavily on government and all of a sudden it's gone? Because somebody else took your number 2 spot. Because you concerned about everybody getting over here. It's only us doing that. Oh, bring them on. We want to welcome everybody. We come on in. But you don't know what the problem is going to cause you down the road. It's going to cause you an issue. Whether you believe in voting or whether you don't. If you got the ideology, then you are going to suffer. Now back to the crime. We commit the most violent crimes out here. There ain't nobody committing as much violent crimes as us. But we concerned about the police brutality. We're concerned about the police shot somebody over here. The police shot somebody down the street. Look what we doing. If that ain't hypocrisy, what is? What is hypocrisy if that ain't it? Nobody's trying to stop any of the crimes going on across the country in our community. Ain't nobody trying to stop it. You know what people doing? They getting paid off of it. That's what they doing. They getting paid. Coming in, continuing the same cycle. They don't care if you get fixed. They don't care if the neighborhood get fixed. They care about themselves. Go look around the country. Go look at these mayors of these cities that's run by all black people. Go look and see what's going on in there. But see, we run to the polls and vote just because of a skin color. Not realizing that's the dumbest thing you can do. You voting because of a skin color, because the media told you this person was bad, so you're going to go for this person? It ain't even about the vote. It's the mindset. If they can get your mind, they don't need your vote. You're going to go along with it anyway. Even if you go to the polls or not, you're going to agree with it. If public opinion is important. If the people ain't in an uproar, then it don't matter. They accept it. They cool with it. We just make it seem like something different, but it ain't. But nobody cares. Black people don't care for sure. All that Black Lives Matter, get out of here with that nonsense. They didn't even care. Look what they did. They went around and tore up the whole country. And had black people sending them money, supporting them. And then you kind of find out they done bought mansions and all this and that with the money. They ain't fixed nothing. Caused a lot of damage. Caused a lot of separation. But they ain't fixed nothing. Let me move along. Then you go into abortion. Ain't nobody else getting more abortions than black people. And we are, once again, we 13% of the population. That's man, woman, and children. So you take the men off the table. Think about how many women that is. And we up at like 70% or 80% of black babies are aborted. You think about them numbers and you tell me that ain't on the track to the extinction. Extinction is near. It's very near. When you combine the crime rate, the most violent crimes is committed by us, and we killing everybody. I mean, we are unaliving everybody. Not just us, we are anybody. We are unaliving everybody. Ain't nobody unaliving anybody else as much as we are. You add that along with the abortions, and tell me what you got. You got a problem on your hands. Extinction is near. But nobody don't hear that though. They think it's a game. People still like playing games with their future. With the people that's gonna come behind you. You don't care about them people that's gonna come behind you. Them little babies right now that ain't got nothing to do with this. You don't care what's gonna happen to them. You set them up for failure by all this nonsense. Then you add in the music. The rap music keep all of this going. It ain't rap music, it's crap music. We don't got no more hip hop. Now in the mainstream, somebody commented on one of my videos talking about the rap music. They can show me some stuff. I know it's in the underground, but that ain't what people are listening to. Most people ain't going there look for that. Most people are not true hip hop heads, so they're gonna take what you put in front of them. And what they're gonna take is what's on the radio. That's what's gonna get them. What's on the radio is what's going to influence them. They're going to listen to that, what's on the radio. That's what's going to get them. So if they're playing nonsense on the radio, then that's what's going to influence them. TikTok and all these other places, they promoting this nonsense to the youth, which is an influential mind. And that influential mind is going to take that and do something with it. And it ain't going to be nothing positive. Oh man, but everybody ain't doing it. I know that. But it's enough people doing it that's causing a problem. Look at what's going on out here. Everybody got guns. Everybody moving weight. Everybody is unaliving. And they really doing it. They ain't just rapping about it. They doing it first, then coming back and rapping about it. And then they themselves get unalive. That's part of the culture. Extinction is near. You add that rap. Sorry about that. Extinction is near. When you add that rap music into all of this other stuff that I'm talking about, it's going to be a problem. It's already a problem. It's been a problem. All these things coincide with each other. They're not just random things that's happening separately. They all are intertwined. They all are interlocked together. They all are causing a problem at the same time. But nobody don't see it. They think it's all something different. Oh, they're just talking about their life. Yeah, they're talking about their life, all right. They're talking about their life and they living that life and they doing that. And they don't care. They have no care about nothing. They don't care. Then the relationships in our community are screwed up too. We don't have fathers in the home. Over 70-some% of black babies are born in a single parent household. It's led by women. Nothing against women, but the statistics say that the most of the people that's in prison come from a single parent home. Women run everything in the black community. They good people. We need them, but they don't need to be running the households. They're not capable of running the households. They can make good people. I'm not saying they don't make good people, but they're not good leaders. They don't lead. Women want to follow. They don't want to be leaders. That creates bitterness, creates anger, and now we got this problem. All of these things coincide, man. Then our attitudes. Then our attitudes are, we got the worst attitudes of anybody. Go to a store where customer service is and see one of us working there and see how many good attitudes you run into versus bad ones. I guarantee you're going to run into more bad attitudes than you run with good attitudes with us. Because that's how we are. We just got a natural chip on our shoulder right off the bat. Right off the bat. We just naturally got a problem with something. We're not good in customer service. We don't do well in that. We don't do well anywhere for that matter. Because our attitude is bad. We got a bad attitude right off the rip. Right off the rip, our attitude ain't no good. Now what does that do? That adds to all of this I just talked about. The music. Abortions. Crime. The voting. All that go together. It all goes together. We near extinction. We're the most insignificant race right now. I don't care how you turn it. The numbers don't lie. The numbers do not lie. And I hope somebody see this and understand what's going on. It's all a game that's being played on the black community and nobody see it. We just keep every day skipping down the path like everything's going well, when it ain't. Prison. Ain't nobody in prison more than us. And that goes back to all these other things I just talked about. Voting, music, single parent homes. All of that it leads to prison. It leads to us going to prison because we'll get behind a person that make laws that lock people up, which they probably should be locked up. I'm not saying you shouldn't be locked up if you're doing crime. But I'm saying all these things go together, man. The voting, the music, the crime, the single parent home, all that's going to bring you right to prison. That's the pipeline right straight in there. Nobody don't see it though. Nobody's sitting there making the connection. People get rich off the black community. Nobody cares. Nobody see how this works. I'm sitting here trying to tell you. It ain't good, man. We out here playing. The men ain't being men. The women ain't being women. Nobody wants to grow up. Everybody want to stay a kid. We out here playing around. Playing around. That's what we out here doing. Playing. Real things is happening. Real lives are being ruined. And we out here playing around. Entitlement. You can't tell me black people ain't the most entitled people that you ever seen. And entitlement creates weakness and victimhood. Entitlement creates weakness and victimhood. Because if a person is entitled, I don't care what they're doing, they think they supposed to get no matter what. No matter the situation, they supposed to be getting something. We've been entitled. Ain't now a person that's living right now had anything to do with slavery, nor well, some of the older people might have been in Jim Crow, like in their 70s right now, or late 60s, 70s. Maybe they experienced a lot of Jim Crow. But for the most part, most people ain't never been through no Jim Crow South. Know nothing about it. But here we are with the audacity to act like somebody's supposed to give us something as if we went through anything. Most people ain't went through nothing. They've been given everything, especially black. You get things you ain't even qualified for, but they giving it to you anyway. You're getting in schools that you don't qualify to be in. You're getting in places that you don't qualify to work at, but they giving you the job because you're black, because they have to have some diversity. You're not qualified to do half the jobs you do, but yet you're still complaining as if something's wrong with that. We're in a sinking ship that's been sinking for a long time. But it's going to eventually go under if somebody don't decide to save the ship. And right now, nobody wants to listen. So you can't lead people that don't want to follow. That's following and going the wrong way. You can't do nothing about it. That's just the facts. It's entitlement, then it's the victimhood. Every time something happens, or every time somebody check a black person, the first thing they do is say, "Oh, you racist? That was racist." It can't be just because you're just doing wrong. It's got to be racist. Let a white person come up to a black person and say, "Hey man, you shouldn't be doing that right there. Turn that music down, or pull your pants up, or whatever." I'm just making up stuff. "Oh, they racist. You must be racist." Racist? For trying to make you have some self-respect? Because you ain't got no morals or no character and no self-respect? That's being racist? Get out of here, man. That's the victimhood mentality. It's keeping the black people at the bottom. It ain't no race keeping black people down. It's every single black person that believes in victimhood and entitlement. That's the problem. Because when you feel entitled, you don't work hard for nothing. You become weak and dependent. You give somebody, you take a child, you just feed them everything they want. Never tell them no. Just give them what they want. Eventually, you know what's going to happen? You can't tell them no when they get grown. They feel entitled. And if you don't give them what they want, they going to feel like you're doing them wrong. And they all of a sudden are a victim. That's victimhood mentality. I'm telling y'all, man, these things I just covered, I really, really hope that you're listening. I really, really hope that you're sharing this video with somebody who need to hear it. I really hope you're doing that. And I really hope you stay and watch this video to the end. Because the black race is the most insignificant race right now, and extinction is near.